Age, the oldest, if not the elderly network, is Deep Sea from 1993. SANDEE, as you know, is celebrating its 10th anniversary, and the two youngsters, the African network and the Latin American network, both have about 5 years of experience under their belts now. And we're going to be hearing presentations from each of the networks. If you're wondering why I'm up at the stage by myself, it's because we have a panel that's too large to fit the table. So our panelists are sitting in the front, and I'll introduce them, and an additional speaker we're lucky to have as well. So representing the Latin American network, the Latin American and Caribbean Environmental Economics Program, is Sara Aniyar. You want to stand and wave to the crowd?
Thank you, David. I am not any longer a member of LACEP. I am not any longer a member of any of the networks. I have been, however, at the very beginning of at least 2 of them, perhaps 3 of them, because of having the fortune of being next to Caroline Meller. I have been involved in all these startings for the networks. But LACEP in particular, I did work for some years in the coordinating committee. I came here not to represent LACEP in principle, but as they couldn't send their own representatives, so they asked me to represent them, and that's what I pretend to do. This network is not very different from in the structure to any other of the networks that have been created under more or less the same pattern. It's meant to create capacity in the field of environmental economics in the region, in this case Latin American and Caribbean, and is supported financially almost for the same people that started the other networks, SIDA, IDRC, and the courses are, the activities are more or less grouped, can be grouped in the same way. It's a small grant research program, it's workshops, and it's courses. The grants are given through competition in sessions that are in those workshops that are taken twice a year, and then it's $15,000 per grant, and the grants are aiming to the junior, the very young researchers in the area. So far, it's about 5 years old, perhaps, yeah, and so far they have given about 50 awards, and in this map of Central and Latin America and Caribbean is covered, is informed where the grants have been fallen. Colombia, Chile, Mexico, Brazil have got the most, because they also are the group presenting the best proposals up till the point. Through this kind of grants, what it has been achieved is to support some amount of PhD thesis, master thesis, and also make the way or help people in their way to postgraduate programs. And one thing that they are attaching a lot of importance is to be able to contact people that have been educated and is working outside the region, and invite them, provide a job opportunity for them to come back and work in the region. Where are the issues? What are the issues the LACEP is in? They are not very different from what other networks are doing. What might be different is the way it's approached and the specific conditions in the region. The workshops are, like in the case of the others, the place where the people come with the proposals that have been screened out from the amount of them that are coming from the very beginning. They present these proposals or the advances of the research for those that have received the grants before, and present final results. And they have the opportunity to talk among themselves and to other more experienced, more senior people being in the meeting. The feedback at different stages of the work is one of the objectives, and mainly is to create this networking activity. People that are working in the same areas, but they don't know that of the other people that are working in similar issues in other countries in the same region. These workshops, for practical reasons, one of them takes place every year in Costa Rica, which is the CH, the place where the LACEP is sitting, and other is moving around in Latin America, in different countries. The courses, the LACEP has two kind of courses, short courses, which are generally given after the workshop for a week or so. And here is a list of the courses that up till now have been given. And they have also a bit more long duration courses that are mainly held in July or August in Cathie, with the idea of reinforcing the abilities of the researchers to undertake their tasks. And the one that they have given up till now is only these three that are listed in the screen. In the advisory committee now, it's the University of Antioquia, it's Aquatela from CEPAL, Roxana Barrantes from Institute of Peruvian Studies, and Jorge Rivera. It's hosted in Cathie. Cathie is the Tropical Agricultural Research and Higher Education Center in Costa Rica, and LACEP is a part of the Socioeconomics, Environmental Goods and Services Group. These are the Cathie installations in Costa Rica, where one of the workshops is held and where the secretariat is, and the long courses are taking place. Where I would like to stop for a second, and I would like to invite the other people in the panel to hear about that and to react about that. I think the challenges mainly for this network, as I see it, is communication across networks. These networks have been, in my opinion, very successful in each region, but what I think the level of maturity has led all these networks is to the point that they should start to increase the collaboration across networks. Latin American people coming here, people from here going to Africa, and so. The other problem that I believe is a challenge for all of the networks is the financial support. The financial support in the case of the LACEP is getting to an important inflection point, because important part of the support is coming from Sweden SIDA, and Sweden SIDA is kind of changing a lot. And here is both Thomas Turner and Karl Lerner and Ardesu that have been involved in SIDA negotiations, and I think SIDA is in a process of change that will make very uncertain the continued support in LACEP. And among other things, because Latin America is considered relatively rich. So there is a task that has to be rethink. How are we networks going to go ahead with this? And one idea, one proposition to work about these two challenges is why not to develop a joint research program there are so many different people working in same issues in different regions. It seems to me that it could be very attractive to the donors around the world to finance a program that is representing people from different regions in the world working in a similar issue. Fisheries is one possible, climate change is another, but I'm sure there will be many others, and to me it seems to be a task for the leaders of the networks to meet and discuss where do they think the collaboration might be more important. Making teams in each region and working together in a similar subject like case studies and the theoretical backgrounds from different perspectives seems to me something that could be discussed as Brian has invited us about what do we think about the next steps of these networks. The point is that having all the people working in different regions on the same subject, it might be very more attractive for funders to get some money to it. And that's the main issue I want to leave for discussion. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think how can it be improved, or is it something to discard, or how can we go ahead if it's good? How can we make it possible that the people from different regions working on the same issues come together and produce results together?